Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm coming on because I haven't talked to you guys in a while, and I wanted to go over my Easter recap and a few other things with you guys. So if you're interested in this video, let's get into the video. Okay, let's get started with this video. First, I want to say I missed you guys. I have not talked to you in, I think it's been almost a week or so. But I took my husband on a little trip. It was his birthday, and I surprised him. So I have not been recording or anything like that. I just been enjoying my time with my family, and then I enjoyed some quality time with my husband, which we had a great time. I may put a few pictures up here in the top, just a little snapshots, and I may not, but I wanted to talk to you about my Easter sales. First, I want to say, if you made gifts for your family and friends, I hope that those gifts turned out really nice and beautiful, which I'm sure they would. And if you went out street selling, if you were doing custom gifts, I just want to say that I pray your sales were amazing. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and then we can talk a little bit about other things. This video, I don't know if it's going to be very long, but I just wanted to touch bases with you guys since I haven't talked to you. So during this time of designing my gifts, I made about 200 baskets, and I have 10 remaining. As you know, I do a lot of custom orders, and I always talk to you about custom orders. And you can use whatever tips I give you, you can use them if you do custom orders, if you're street selling, if you're making gifts for your family and friends, if you're making gifts for a neighbor, a teacher, or anything like that. I always teach that kind of stuff on my channel. So it's not just about one particular area of business. It's about whatever business you have running for yourself. And even if you don't have a business, on this channel, I want to let you know, show you some of the stuff that I do, so that if I can be a blessing to you, that would make me feel really nice. So let's go ahead and let's continue on. I had about 25 custom orders for wreaths. I don't usually talk about wreaths on my channel. I know that I've told you guys that I did wreaths in the past and all of that kind of stuff, but I did have 25 orders. So not only was I designing my gifts for gift designing, I was also doing gifts for my other clients that wanted wreaths, and those wreaths were geared towards Easter, springtime, and I even had a few Mother's Day ones in the midst of there. Those sales went really well. I was not expecting that many spring wreaths, which it was okay. So it just kept me busy along the way. Like I said, I always do a lot of stuff on my channel, and outside of on YouTube, I have a lot going on. So I don't always get on my videos and show you what I do. Maybe I should, but sometimes I just don't have the time to get on here and post a video, guys. So I'll still show you some things that I do, but I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not gonna get on and show every little thing that I do. I just don't have the time to do that, along with working and running my business, because I still work. So, and then I have a husband, and my family plays an important role in my life. We are a very close-knit family, and some of my time have to be dedicated to them, y'all. And I'm sure if you're in business for yourself, or if you're design gifts, or just like to craft in general, that you like to do stuff with your family and do things for them and with them. So I think that is a huge part of, is something called balance. You have to have the balance between your family, your business, work. Like I said, I still work too. So all of that stuff has to come in play. You have to have time to do those things. So overall, I'm gonna say I did really well. Easter really is not a big holiday for me. Usually during Easter time or springtime, I make a lot of arrangements, floral arrangements for tables, for someone's table. I get orders for people that's having spring weddings and all of that kind of stuff. And I also do a lot of wreaths during this time. But this time I said to my husband, I said, well, I'm gonna open it up a little bit more for gift designing to add a little bit extra into, because I'm trying to grow my business. It's really, my clientele is great, guys. I really thank God for blessing me with that, because I have a lot of clients. And overall, like I said, for Easter, things went really well. I was not expecting to sell as many gifts, but I was really surprised. Let's see what else I wanted to tell you. And that's really all that I've been doing. Right now, I'm gearing up for Mother's Day. I'll be coming up with some hauls in the near future. I'll let you see some of the stuff that I've bought, which I have bought a few things, you know. And I just want to share some of the stuff that I buy in case you wanted to look for stuff that's similar to what I have, or either go out and purchase some of the things that I have. So I always want to show you some of the things that I have. So I want to talk to you about your sales. Tell me down in the comments how your sales went. If you made gifts for your family, tell me down in the comments, how did that go? What was some of the stuff that you made? Even if you made like a little treat, little treats for your family, because I make little treats for my family, just to make it special when they come to my house. I had like an Easter egg hunt here with the grandkids and all of that kind of stuff. So tell me what you did if you weren't selling gifts, if you just watch my channel and you like to get inspiration on how to make certain things and how I can be a part and help you with some of your designs. Just tell me down in the comments what you did with your family, if you feel like sharing. Also, for the ones that went out street selling, tell me how it went. Did you have success? Did it rain? Because I know that in a lot of areas it rained. So tell me, I know it was kind of windy here on Easter, and but that didn't stop nothing here. We still were out doing whatever. I did not make any gifts on Easter because I just wanted to spend time with my family. I had all of my children were home, and I had a lot of time with my family. I didn't even have to cook. The girls got in the kitchen and they cooked. The only thing I made was like the little treats and stuff for the grandkids. Of course, I made them a Easter basket concept, whatever you want to say. But I always make gifts for my grandkids. And next year I might do something a little bit different. But I'll talk to you about that later on. I thought about making a few things for the adult children, but they watch my channel, so I don't want to discuss that right now. So I'll discuss that a little bit next year. What else did I want to tell you? How was your location? Was you in the same location that you're normally in? Were you selling in your yard? Or I had a few of my subscribers tell me that they sold sometimes in their front yard, and they did really well with that. So tell me how that went for you down in the comments. If you sold, where did you go selling this time? How did it go? What did you learn? Were you successful? Do you feel like you need to make any changes or tweak anything? I always tell you, whatever you're doing, wherever you're setting up, wherever you're vending, make sure that your vending spot, make sure it looks nice and presentable. I always make sure you have a tablecloth for your tables and stuff like that. And it doesn't matter what kind of tablecloth you use. If you're just starting out and you don't have the funds to go out and purchase a fancy tablecloth, baby, find you any kind of tablecloth and put on that table. Just make sure it looked like you cared about it. You know, a lot of times, you know, we sit as designers and stuff, and we think we get a little hard on ourselves, I must say. I know I do. I'm going to speak for me. And some things my daughter just be like, Mom, that don't matter. Just come on and just, when I'm vending, let's just put the gifts out here. But I'm all about what has made my business successful is making sure my stuff is presented well, and presentation is everything. By that, me saying that, I mean the way it's set up, the way the tablecloths that I put on my tables, and just making it look like I cared about it. That's all. So, like I said, if you're new to gift designing and you went out street selling, or you set up somewhere, whether it was in your front yard or, you know, at the park or anything, because I had someone say they were at the park, and wherever it was, just make sure when you're setting up your items that you have enough items for everyone, whether it's for someone that's coming to purchase a gift for their sister, or someone that's coming to purchase a gift for their neighbor for Easter or something like that, or any holiday. It does not matter. I'm just talking about Easter because that's what I'm going over right now in this video. But all of this stuff that I'm telling you can apply to other holidays as well. Just make sure your stuff is presented well. Make sure your gifts are nice and neat, and I always talk to you guys about that. So I feel like that's very important, and that has made my business excel. I can never talk about word of mouth enough, guys. And when I say word of mouth, I'm talking about like your presentation, the way you present your items. Would you want to go and purchase that item? If you came to somebody's table, would you want to purchase that item? So that's what I mean when I say present it well. Make sure that it's nice and neat, and you're thinking about what colors you're putting in your gifts. Make sure they coordinate well. You know, some things I do, and it's not always matchy-matchy, but I mean, if I'm coordinating a spa basket or a concept, I want to make sure that I'm putting everything in that basket related to spa. If I'm doing something for the feet, I want to make sure that I'm doing stuff in that concept that is related to the feet. This is what I do. I'm just speaking from my experience and what I do. So those things, when I think about that, like I did a beach theme. I think it was a concept I did on a video. And I have that video on my channel if you want to go back and look at it. It was a couples beach theme gift design that I did. And in that gift, I made sure I put stuff for him and stuff for her that they both can use, but it was all tailored around a beach theme. It had a beach towel, it had a Bose speaker. Not saying you have to use a Bose speaker. You can use any kind of wireless speaker. It does not have to be the name brand, but because of my client's budget, I chose to use that. So it had like the lotions and stuff that you put on the body, sunscreens and all of that kind of stuff. It had the little necklace what you could hold your phone into that gift. It had mosquito repellent into that gift. So if you want to take a look at that, when I say presentation and doing like a theme gift, that's what I mean, something like that. If you're doing a gift for a teacher, you want to make sure you're doing something that teacher is going to like, you think the teacher's going to like or she can use in her classroom, or even for personal use. But make it tailored that gift is going to make sense, if you get what I'm saying. You just want to make sure that when you're presenting your items that it look nice, guys. And it does not matter where you get them from, how much you paid for them. Those items can be from the Dollar Tree. Well, those items can be from DT, D General, and it can be used from Ross, Macy's, DD's, Burlington, wherever you may go to shop. Those items can be used for selling. So it does not matter how much you paid for something. You could pay a penny for something but it's the way you put the items together. So that's when I say presentation. That's what I mean when I say presentation. It does not matter where you purchase your items from or how much you spend for them. As long as you can put them in a gift and make them look nice and neat, they gonna sell, y'all. Like I was talking about on a couple of my videos for Easter, I was talking about doing theme baskets or theme concepts. I always have trouble saying concepts, y'all, because I'm old school, so I still say basket. But anyways, they have for, in my video I spoke on, when you're doing a theme basket, it doesn't always have to be everything in that theme. It could be maybe one or two things in the basket or concept with a theme, and you could put other things with it to elevate your gift. So that's what I mean when you're doing other gifts. If you get Bath and Body Works products, everything don't have to be Bath and Body Works. In some of my gifts, yes, I do put Bath and Body Works products in those gifts, but you best to believe when I put those products in those gifts, I'm taxing for them. And most of my Bath and Body Works I get on sale. It's never to the point where I've had to go out and purchase a particular item that I paid the full price for. So when using certain products, you don't have to always use that theme. Just say you have like I've bought like the lavender Epsom salts. And I've also bought the lavender lotion. So if I'm doing something like that, I could take a lavender lotion, the Epsom salt, and I have anything else that's lavender, whether you have like the lavender sprays that you spray in your room, on your bed sheets or your pillows. Lavender usually helps you sleep well. So I do have stuff in my inventory with lavender. That aroma helps, like I said, someone sleep better. So I can add that into it. You have Dr. Teal stuff that's in the lavender scent. You can add the oils and all of that stuff into a lavender gift. So that's what I mean when I say it doesn't always have to be the same line of a product. So don't ever feel like, okay, well, I can't afford the Bath and Body products, or I can't afford the Victoria's Secrets because I'm just starting out. Don't feel like you have to put everything in that basket, Victoria's Secrets or Bath and Body Works. Don't feel like that. You can take other things and go around that. Like for City Trends, I think I purchased, they came in a little jar, and it was the red velvet for Valentine's Day. This is what I use. It came in like a red velvet. It's a scrub that I paid $1 for. And I was in DT and I found a red velvet body wash out of there. And then I was somewhere else and I found a red velvet something else to put in there. So that's what I mean. It don't always have to be the same exact product. Like in Bath and Body Works, it don't always have to be that. It could be other things that you add into that particular gift to make it look nice and presentable. And with that, I did my bow in red and cream, and I did one bow. It had like a little brown but a little gold to it, and I just took those 3 ribbons and put them together, and it was like in a cute little red. I had a circle red. I didn't get on video for these. Like I said, I do not get on video and do every gift that I do. I try to show you some of the stuff I can. But this, I had like a little red box. Like it was a circle with a lid. And what I did was I built it up and I attached the lid to some, I guess it was, what did I use? What do you call those things? The wood skewers. Skewers. I attached the lid to that, and I attached it into the bottom of the gift, and then I just put the other items in there, sitting in there nicely with maybe a little flower in front. Some of them I used a rose, but some of them I didn't. I used ranunculus. I think that's what they're called. And I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but if you do flowers, you know what I'm talking about. And I put those in there in that little box, and that gave me a gift. And I made a nice profit off of that gift. So therefore, it was no Bath & Body Works products in that particular gift, but it was a gift that benefited me. And it was I could say inexpensive gift that I made, but I made some good money from those gifts because it was all about presentation. And I wish I had one to show you. And the little boxes that I had, they were red. I ordered them off of Amazon. They're red containers. And I tied like a gold, it wasn't a ribbon. It was like a mirror. I use it for when I'm designing wedding centerpieces, but it was a mirror, like a mirror tape that I tied around, that I put around that, and it was sticky on the one side, but on this side it's in gold, but it's mirrored. And I put that around it with those 3 little items in there and a nice piece of floral in there, and made a nice profit for those gifts. So that's what I mean. When you're designing your gifts, you think outside of the box, because they're going to sell if they're nice and neat. I'm telling you, they will. And that will excel your business. Someone will come up to your table all about presentation. Like I was saying, I was in the hospital one time and my daughter was vending for me. And I got clients just from that, guys. And I'm going to be honest, I started off with 20 clients when I first started designing gifts. I mean, I always have my clientele from doing like realtor gifts and stuff like that, but like other stuff added into my business. And they always talk about my work, my presentation. So make sure you are making sure your items are nice and neat, and they gonna sell. What else did I want to say? I know I went on a tangent about that presentation thing, but always just make sure your stuff look presentable. Even like if you have a tent or something, make sure that when you set that tent up, it just looks nice. Like when you go to a store, you go in and you see everything set up all nice and pretty. So just think about that. Make sure you're having things at different eye levels so that everybody's not just doing like this on your table. You want people to be looking up like a staircase to for presentation wise. So just think about all of that, guys, when you're designing. And just say you don't have any risers, right? You could take you some boxes and put a box on that table, sit your gift on that. The next gift you have may be a little bit bigger than that gift, so you may not need a riser. All right? So that's going to create your stair. And then on the third item, you can take a different box and maybe put a bigger item up. And so even though you're not stacking tables, like doubling the tables on top of each other, you're making that stair like that. 1, 2, 3. You're making that stair so that the eye is going to go up like that. And so that's what I mean when I say the elevation of the eye, making it go up. So, like I said, this is not going to be a long video. I didn't mean to go on about presentation, but I always try to throw some nuggets at you guys and just tell you what I do. You can take what I do and use it. And if it'll help you, use it. If it doesn't apply to you, then okay. But if it's someone that's new and you're just starting out and you're making gifts and you have some questions about some things, about your setup, about how things look, you could attract more people to your table, then that's what I always try to tell you to help you. Because I didn't have nobody to help me. So my channel is about teaching and showing you a lot of stuff that I know. I may not be able to get on here and show every little thing that I do, but what I can tell you is I will show you what I can. During this time of designing, I also went and set up for an engagement. Someone wanted to propose to someone, and I had 1 hour and 30 minutes to pull it together, guys. And I said to my oldest daughter, I was just like, oh my God. I got a phone call saying I could do it, and my daughter didn't live in the area that I live in. And she basically met me at the location, and we pulled it off, guys. I was a little tensed up throughout the whole thing, but we pulled it together, and it was beautiful. I mean, she looked at me and she said, I don't know why you always doubt yourself, Mom. I said, it's not about doubting myself. I just felt like I didn't have enough time to do, because sometimes I could be a little perfectionist, which could be a good thing and a bad thing. Sometimes it hurts me in ways of time, and then sometimes and most of the time it excels because of the quality of my work. So I'm trying to create a balance there, y'all. I'm trying to create a balance. So, like I said, it turned out really, really nice. I got a chance to sit and experience the whole thing. It was so nice, y'all. So nice. So I've been busy. What else I wanted to tell you? I don't know if I've mentioned about location. Did you have a good location? Were you visible? Were you in an area where cars could come in can pull in one way and go out the other way? Or could they back up and go out? Just easy access to wherever you're at. That helps in your location when you're street selling, or if you're vending or stuff like that. Because sometimes I vend downtown, and it helps me when the cars can, sometimes the people are just walking around at the little market thing that I vend at. And then sometimes people are just set up in like different areas throughout downtown. And just if I'm set up in an area where they can pull in and easy access, it's always better for me if I did that. So that may be something to think about if you're street selling. If you're street selling, make sure that your customers can pull in and feel safe getting out of their vehicle and all of that. That might help draw more attention to your location as well. And making sure you have enough items out too. Because sometimes that draws people. When the more gifts you have, that'll draw people in too. So if you have 50 gifts, if you have 20 gifts, and you know what'll help when you have like not a lot of gifts that you've designed? That stair method I just told you about. Because that's gonna make the eye go up, and that's gonna make your table look like you have more gifts than you really have, if you don't have as many gifts to bring out. So if you're just starting out, that will help you. So tell me down in the comments what you did at your location, if you went out vending and all of that. Like I said, I did not go out selling gifts or anything. What I did was I took all my custom orders. All the gifts that I did were custom orders. And some of the gifts were already gifts that I made up, and they just came. I just sent them a picture or email, and they let me know which one they want. So I design gifts too, but it's not, all of them aren't geared towards custom, but most of them are. So just wanted to talk to you about that. Okay, if you were just doing gifts, just say you're doing gifts like I'm doing, like you're only taking gifts by order, right? Which I have a broad scope, so I have a lot of clientele. But just say you were only taking gifts by order, and I want to talk to you about advertising. Did you advertise enough? Did you talk to other people about what you're doing, what you have to offer? If you're at the church, did you put up a flyer saying that you have these gifts available? Did you talk to your friends at church? Or if you go to your kids' school or daycare, did you talk to them about what you do? Did you advertise on Facebook? not just Marketplace, but on your page as well. So, or on Instagram. So do you have like other avenues that you can post your advertisement? So think about all of that stuff when you're designing and you're trying to create the wealth you need for your family and your business. So think about all of that, your advertisement and all of that stuff. What else I want to tell you? I got my notes in front of me, guys. Okay, and I think that's it for the notes, but I just wanted to come on and touch bases with you guys. And if you sold out, thank God. So things worked out okay for me, I guess, and I'm pretty pleased with it. You know, like I said, Easter isn't like usually a big holiday for me. Usually my major holidays are Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day I do okay, and Christmas. So, but during the time that I wasn't, you know, designing for Easter in the past, like gifts, doing gifts, these type of gifts that I'm doing now, you know, I would do like little small things like make centerpieces for homes or do like place settings, stuff like that for someone's table. And like if they were having parties, I would make favors and stuff like that. Not food favors, but just other favors that I can make to put at their place setting. And I also did like little small gifts like in a bag and filled it with stuff and gave it to my clients that wanted to give their employees gifts. But it surprised me this year. I was kind of shocked. I'm just gonna say adding more baskets or concepts to my business besides what else I do. So along with the wreaths and all of the other stuff that I do. So yeah. But I just wanted to come on because I have not talked to you guys and just see how you're doing. Check on your spirits to make sure you're okay. Just being a positive inspiration to you. If you're watching my channel, that's what I want. That's what I'm here for. If I can help you, if some of the stuff that I'm telling you in my videos or teaching you in my videos helps and you can use it, then use it. You know, if you're a bigger gift designer and you've been doing it for a long time, maybe what you do is you've already set the tone of what you do and how you run your business. But if I can help somebody along the way with what I'm doing, then I'm happy to do so. So I'll be coming back in another video in a little while or a day or two and show you some of the stuff that I purchased. So if you're new to my channel, please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. I would love to have you a part of my YouTube family. If you're one of my oldies, thank you so much for tuning back in to another video. If you're one of my newbies, welcome to the family. I'm so happy y'all are here. I do see that you guys have been going back watching my videos, and I'm so happy to have you here. If you have any questions, just leave them to me down in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Sometimes I say I'm going to put stuff in the description, but sometimes I forget, y'all. So if I didn't put it in there and you really want to know, just leave a comment for me, because I do answer all my comments. I answer every single one of them. As I don't mind you leaving a comment as long as you're respectful. I'm pretty much all about respect on this channel, and if you want to be ugly, I won't respond to you. So just always remember that. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in my comments. I'll be more than happy to help you with whatever I can. It doesn't matter if it's anything dealing with business. If you want answers, and you may be questioning some things, but I'm going to tell you about pricing. I do, when I'm doing gifts for a client, I do not discuss pricing. So if you get in the comments and you ask me about a concept that I'm doing for a client, I don't discuss the pricing because I have a lot of clients that watch my channel, and I just want to remain professional at all times. So, but if I'm doing a gift, and I'll tell you how much the gift is, you know, what I'm selling that gift for. All right. So I'll talk to you guys. I hope you're being productive. I hope you're doing well and expanding your business, y'all. Trying to grow. Even if you're painting, if you're doing anything, if you're doing floral, like I do a lot of floral, if you're doing that type of stuff, then kudos to you. Whatever you're doing, kudos to you. Just reach for the sky. Reach for them stars up there. There's plenty of them. And like I said, sky is the limit. We got this. And stay about your business no matter what. And be true to yourself. Okay, enough of me talking. I'll see you guys on another video. Bye-bye.